Hey everybody, I am Martoinne.
Hi, I'm Rhea.
Thanks so much for watching. This is our channel. You guys are amazing. You are the real MVP. Thank you for watching. No, really. Thank you.
Thank you. So, we have been married for 5 years now. We got married really young. I was 21, he was 22, and people always want to know what we've learned while being married since we've been married for such a long time, and we're still pretty young. So we definitely wanted to do a video and share those things with you guys today.
So this video is 5 things that we have learned in marriage. All right. Number 1, first thing we've learned in marriage is this is not a competition. This is not a competition. We are a team. I tell people all the time, one of the greatest things you can learn in marriage is you are on a team. And once you get that concept down, once you get and understand like, hey, this is my partner. Like, we're not in competition with one another. We're not fighting with one another. If she wins, I win. If I win, she wins, vice versa. I feel like then you can have a really good marriage. That's like one of the first things I've learned.
Right. Because I feel like when we first got married, we didn't kind of get that concept.
No, not kind of. We did not get that concept.
It felt like, I don't know, it did feel like a competition on certain things. Or not even like, not like specifically a competition, but, like my way is better type thing.
Right.
Instead of like helping each other.
Right.
It's like, okay, no, you need to defer to me.
Right. And a lot of times I felt like she was out to get me. Like you're just out to get me. You always say no to everything I say. You always say no to everything I ask you to do, et cetera, et cetera. She still does that. But like,
But now it's not a competition.
Right. It's like you always say no to me. And so if you in your mind have this idea that we're constantly competing with one another, I feel like you'll never like fully understand like that we are not in competition with one another. Everything we do should be for the team. Every decision we make should be for the team. I can't make decisions selfishly. She can't make decisions selfishly. It's all about the team. It's really all about the team. Like, think about your favorite football team, favorite basketball team. Like, if the team is not cohesive, then nobody's going to win the game. Take it.
All right. So number 2 is men and women communicate differently. And it is so, so true. Like, you don't even really understand until you start living with your husband how different you really do communicate. Because I can say something and I'm thinking like you understand what I'm saying. And it's not direct. You know how us women do sometimes. It's like, it's not like a direct something. Like, we don't exactly say exactly how we feel all the time. And we just expect them to know because that's what we see on movies. But it's so different.
Right,
babe?
I heard an analogy once. It's like women hover, men land. Like, so if we are airplanes, women will hover over the spot until everything is right. Hover, making sure everything is good. Like, but a man is like, all right, let's just go in for the kill. Let's land the plane. And in our marriage, I feel like that is, we're not perfect by any means, right? But like, once you get these concepts, understand these things, you kind of start to make sense of conversations and issues that may arise. Men and women communicate so differently. And what seems like could be like butting heads all the time, if you learn how your wife, how your girlfriend, how your boyfriend, your husband, whatever, if you learn how you guys communicate, I feel like then you can communicate better by knowing how men communicate versus how women communicate.
Right. And then also for me, as a woman, sometimes I was trying to like protect his ego and I didn't want to say what I wanted to say or say how I was feeling because I didn't want to hurt his feelings about certain things. But you don't have to do that. Like, as a wife, you don't have to do that. You need to be open, honest, and that gives your husband a chance to work through it with you. So you're not in your head thinking like, oh man, he doesn't love me right, or he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. But he could not know. And yeah, it would just be so much better. Like you said, babe,
right.
If you will not be clashing if the communication is right. So that's definitely something that we learn and something that every couple should strive to work on.
Right. One last thing I want to say on that is I feel like men, for the most part, a good man will say what he means. So like in the beginning of our marriage, and still sometimes now, I have to tell Rhea, like, did I say that though? If I didn't say that, then that's not what I meant. Like if I said it, I meant it, because my brain is just not that complex. Like honestly, like I can't hold thoughts up here and like, oh, I wonder if I should say this. No, like I say.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I say what I mean. And so if she says, but you said, yeah, that's what I meant. I tell her, you never have to guess what I'm feeling. You never have to read between the lines with me, because I'm going to give it to you straightforward. Number 3, love selflessly. Let me explain that to you. When I say love selflessly, basically I feel like it's going against the grain. Society, the world, everything tells us to love selfishly, meaning love with hopes of getting something in return.
Right.
One of the biggest things I've learned in marriage is that like this should be your posture. Love selflessly. So whatever I do for Rhea, I should not do it because I want something in return. I should do it just because I love her. I want to make her happy. I want to please her. And then ideally, your spouse, your girlfriend, whoever has the same mentality. So if both of you have the mentality of, I want to please that person, then you just have two people pleasing each other. And it's amazing.
Right. Yep. And just for the ladies, like if the same thing, like I wouldn't suggest doing something because you feel like it's your role to do it, but do it from a place of love and like really caring and affection for your husband. And that will make you feel better about what you're doing, because you won't always be thinking like, oh man, like I wonder if he appreciates this, or I wonder if, I'll get something in return from this. But it should be like just from just that loving place. If you keep pouring love on your spouse, then it will be reciprocated if you have a good man, and hopefully you do.
If you have a good man like me. One last thing on that. Also, like ladies, don't do something like, oh, I'm going to show him I love him by doing this, so he will do this. Because chances are he won't pick up on it.
Right.
If you want me to take out the trash, tell me in a loving way, baby, can you take out the trash? Yep. Oh, for sure, babe. Yeah. Yep. But if you do something in hopes that I'll pick up on a cue, not going to happen.
It will not happen. I assure you.
It will not happen.
That's what I'm saying. Do it out of love. And then back to number 2, communicate.
Right. Number 4, you.
Number 4 is take effort.
That was yours. Marriage takes effort.
Number 4 is marriage takes hard work and effort. This is something that we have learned. It is very true. We have to be intentional about everything that we do in marriage. Everything.
And the thing is like, when you hear people say like marriage takes work, you don't really understand that until you get in it.
Oh my God.
I mean,
you do not understand until you get married, for
like,
real.
Relationships, period, take work. Like if you're in a serious committed relationship, that takes work. Definitely. But when you take that next step and get married, like it takes a lot of work. You have to be very intentional about making it work. Like the thing about it is like this, like when you get married or even in any relationship, I don't want to just limit it to marriage, but like your two worlds are colliding.
Yeah.
You're bringing two different backgrounds together. And when you get together in a relationship, essentially everything you grew up with, everything I grew up with is colliding. For example, first like week of living together, I don't know, like I was looking for cereal. And like, I didn't know where the cereal was at. I was like, where the heck is the cereal? I just want some cereal. And I couldn't find the cereal. Well, the cereal was in the refrigerator, which is weird. So dumb, actually.
What?
She put the cereal in the refrigerator. Like in my house, the cereal went on top of the refrigerator. Yeah. So like, I mean, that's like silly.
Where is it now?
On top of the refrigerator.
Exactly.
Let's go. Man, you got to hold it down. You got to be strong to get your way. It won't work.
Anyway.
But you got to be strong to get your way. Shoot. Anyway, Marriage takes work. Real talk. You have to be super intentional about loving one another and recognizing that this is not like, it's not for the faint at heart. This is real hard work.
Right. And so with marriage taking hard work, as my husband was saying, we come from...
Ooh, so official. As my husband was saying.
We do, like, you do bring two separate people together. And in our case, we grew up kind of different as far as the household. Both of my parents are still married. And I have brothers and sisters all in the house. So it's like really crazy, chaotic. He grew up in a totally different way. Single mom, one sister who's older than him, like 7 years older. So it's very, very different. And how we handled conflict, we kind of had to take a lot of effort to get it right.
Right.
Because it was just so different. I was used to parents having disagreements and working it out. He never saw that. So
I thought we were getting divorced every week.
Every time.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that like it took work. I didn't know that married people argued. I knew, but
in theory.
But I thought our arguments were crazy. But then you talk to other people and it's like, oh, we're normal. Not crazy at all.
Right. So anyway, it takes effort, it takes hard work, and you have to be intentional about everything, pretty much.
Which leads to number 5.
Number 5.
Make time. Make time. Super important. Make time for everything. Make time for each other. Make time for dinner dates. Make time for everything. Like, since we've started filming, I have a very obsessive personality, and I could just do things for hours. Hours. Like, literally hours. And hours will go by, and I'll be like, oh, shoot. Rhea will be in the living room. She's like, hey, you want to watch TV together?
And I'll be really annoyed.
And I'm like,
really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So you have to make time. And one of the things like with that is like make time for dates. Mm-hmm. You can get super busy and you just get into routine, get into mundane, like every day this is what we do, which is a part of life, right? But you've got to be intentional about going out on dates. Mm-hmm. You got to be intentional about spending time with one another. You also got to be intentional about spending time with other people as well. Because
right, that's true.
You can become like little hermit crabs in your house, never visiting anybody.
Thinking it's you against the world,
right.
Us against the world,
us against the world. Friends. And like this year, I feel like we have kind of like, we've done so much better with that. Like we have, our house is like open to everybody. Like everybody can come over. Which is something we learned from our church, Mosaic Hollywood. Check it out, 7107 Hollywood Boulevard. Anyway, besides the point.
Shameless plug.
But yeah, like just being in community, you have to make effort and you have to be intentional about making time for those things because that stuff can easily slip away from you. You have to make time.
Make time to date, make time to have sex, make time to have fun with friends and family.
Right, even more so if you have kids. Like we don't have kids.
Yeah.
So,
not yet.
But we're working on it. No, not
every
working
day.
on it. I mean, we practice. We practice all the time.
Now, because we're making time.
Making time. And since we're doing this, we decided to have a bonus. Number 6. I know we said it was 5 things, but here are 6 things. Number 6, bonus. Sex, 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 and sex, sex, sex. Number 1 thing.
Want to say sex again?
Sex. If I had to like change the list of this, like the ranking of this,
what would be number 1?
Number 1 would be sex. Like, don't forget about sex. That kind of ties into number 5, but really, don't forget about sex because it's so much more than just like sex.
You gotta take time and learn each other,
right?
And do things that your spouse likes.
Do things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily want to do all the time. Open your eyes.
I know.
I said open your eyes.
Oh my God.
We're married, so it's okay. But anyway.
Oh my God.
No, yeah. Don't forget about sex. And it's not just about the physical act of it, although that's dope too, right? But sex is more... It
connect.
Yeah. Like, I feel like there are some times when I can tell, like, it's like, oh, we need to have sex. Like, because our emotional connection is off right now. Like,
major shade. This guy, he throws major shade.
Babe, what do you mean major shade?
If you don't get it, when we can feel that we need to.
Yeah, but I mean,
the shade
it's
is
you too.
real.
Like, we both feel that.
I know,
way.
but
like,
I'm not shady though.
But she is though. That's the thing. I'll know. I'll be like, okay, let's go to the room. You need some love. You need some love, and you don't
Like
need
physical love,
You don't need
though.
hugs and kisses right now. You need that work. Anyway, so those are our 5/6 things that we've learned in marriage. Hopefully, you learned something from it. If you're thinking about getting married, hopefully, you're thinking about these things. If you've been married for a long time, hopefully this is just a refresher to you. Hopefully you don't need this if you've been married for a long time. But maybe
you always need a refresher.
Yes, you always need a refresher.
But yeah, cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it. Please comment. Let us know if you're married, like what things have you learned.
But most importantly, subscribe.
Oh yeah, subscribe.
Like,
please subscribe.
Subscribe to this channel because we want to know that what we're doing makes a difference. And we want to know that it is impacting your life. Cool. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. We will see y'all next time. This is it. That's it.
All right. That's it. Bye.
Bye. Deuces.